Hola tototus, and welcome. Imagine slicing into this like 100-yard roll of premium silk, right? And then you realize your layout just sent 20% of your profit margin straight into the scrap bin.
Yeah, that is an absolute nightmare for any brand.
Right, exactly. So today we're doing a deep dive into an industry blog from Velocity Plotters, and we're tackling that exact nightmare for you. We want to decode this really critical apparel manufacturing puzzle, which is pattern plotters versus marker plotters.
Because, when you're scaling a fashion brand, eliminating that fabric waste is it's everything. I mean,
Yep.
to get from a single sketch to 10,000 identical garments without hemorrhaging money, you basically have to split the production process in two.
Which makes sense.
Right. And the first hurdle is simply proving the design actually works in the physical world. And that is exactly where the pattern plotter comes in.
Yeah, the blog uses the Velocity Technica 1 as their prime example for this stage. It's really strictly for design and pre-production, right? Like you're printing individual patterns just to review the drape and the fit.
Exactly. You are validating the blueprint.
It actually makes me think of an architect, right? Like printing a 3D model of just a single house to check the doorways and load-bearing walls before they commit to building an entire neighborhood.
That is a great analogy.
Yeah.
Because your priority here is absolute precision
Yeah.
and print clarity. So
Yeah.
these machines are purposely narrow.
Oh, they're narrower.
Yeah, you want your design team to be able to quickly print a sleeve,
Hmm.
adjust it, and then print it again without dealing with massive, cumbersome hardware.
Okay, but once that single house is validated, you have to actually build the neighborhood. You need to scale up without just chewing through expensive materials.
Right, and that requires shifting to the marker plotter for the cutting preparation stage. Because instead of one pattern, this machine is printing optimized layouts across the entire width of a fabric roll.
Ah, okay.
Velocity's vector series handles this volume. So
Yeah.
moving from the vector 1 up to the vector 4, which actually utilizes 4 independent print heads to maintain extreme speed over those massive fabric widths.
So if the pattern plotter is about perfecting the blueprint, then using the marker plotter is like playing this extreme high-speed game of industrial Tetris.
Basically, yeah.
Like you are algorithmically squeezing every single usable inch out of the fabric before the blade ever even touches it.
Right, and the stakes of that Tetris game dictate the entire machine's design. The width accommodates full production rolls, and those multiple print heads are there because, well, in mass production, a slow plotter becomes a disastrous bottleneck for the whole cutting room.
Wait, let me push back on that for a second. If I'm a startup apparel brand, right, and I'm operating on a super tight budget, why shouldn't I just buy that wider, faster marker plotter and use it to print my single prototypes too? Like, just save the cash and buy one machine.
I mean, it sounds logical, but using a massive high-speed production machine to print one quick sample sleeve burns excessive setup time and energy.
Really? So?
Well, it requires threading these wide paper rolls and managing heavier mechanics just to check a minor measurement. It totally tanks a nimble design team's daily output.
Oh, I see. So the pattern plotter gives you that agility during development, while the marker plotter gives you scale during production.
Exactly. They don't compete.
Right.
They actually complete the workflow.
Got it.
And that workflow is highly integrated. The blog details an ecosystem where these plotters talk directly to other tools. For instance, VShoot uses cameras to instantly digitize a physical fabric adjustment.
Wow. Instantly.
Yeah, and then that data feeds straight into Vitagraph CAD software, which mathematically recalculates the complex nesting logic in seconds.
That's wild.
Then it sends the optimized layout to the ProCut X single-ply cutter to physically slice the fabric.
So it's a continuous feedback loop from prototype to production line. I mean, if you are building a brand, you really just can't cheat the process.
You really can't.
You need the pattern plotter's precision to perfect the design, and then the marker plotter's massive scale to actually make money producing it.
Because the hardware has to match the specific demands of whatever phase you're currently in.
Yeah, that makes total sense. It does leave me with something to ponder, though.
Ooh.
What's that?
Well, with CAD tools and automated nesting software like Vitagraph becoming so incredibly advanced at minimizing fabric waste on their own through these algorithms, will the traditional human pattern maker eventually disappear entirely?
That is a really interesting question.
Right. Or will they simply evolve into software managers just guiding the AI from behind a screen? It's definitely something for you to think about next time you put on a perfectly fitted shirt.